Hey everyone, welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I'm Michelle Brown, your coach and your mentor, and today I want to talk to you about to bid or not to bid, how to quickly decide if you should bid on the solicitation or not. I don't want you to waste any time, so I'm going to give you a quick hit list and show you exactly how to do it. The truth is, you must be bidding consistently and often once you find out where you need to be with the agencies. Which agencies do you want to focus on? You cannot win if you're not bidding. Contracting officers will never buy from you if they don't see you bidding on their opportunities and if they don't know who you are or anything about your company. But you need to determine, can you meet the requirements for a contract? So I'm always telling you to bid often, look for as many bids as you can find, but you need to know how to quickly discard what you can or cannot do, keep what you can do based on this hit list. So let's get into it. Make sure that you click on the link below in the comment section to request your solicitation hit list. So here's the hit list. You're going to click on the opportunity in fbo.gov or FedConnect, wherever you are. You check the submission due date. That's the first thing you should be looking for. You check to see if there's a set aside. That's the second thing you should look for. You may decide to bid on it, whether it's a set aside or not. Then you're going to open the solicitation and any other documents that are listed and attached to the opportunity. Then you're going to go to your 1449 page, which in most cases is the first page, to recheck the due date to make sure that there are no conflicts within the solicitation itself, because that does happen. Contracting officers make mistakes, but you can check the due date or recheck the due date if there is an amendment attached. Then you're going to go to, lastly, the table of contents to search for product description if it's for a product, or service description. The service description will be called a SOW, SOW, or a scope of work, or a statement of work. Okay? Then you're going to go to the instructions for you as the offerer. And lastly, you're going to look at the evaluation, because you need to know, what are they looking at to determine who's going to win. And if you see anything in there that says it's not likely that you can win, like past performance because you have none, then you need to put that aside and move on to the next opportunity. Here's an example of an opportunity in fbo.gov. All you're going to do is click on that blue link. So this is what it looks like when you click on the link. All of the FBO solicitations will look like this inside. FedConnect will look slightly different. Here's the solicitation number at the top under Notice ID. Then you have the due date. This is the date that you need to submit your solicitation response by. You cannot be late. They also give you a time, so it could say 12 Eastern Standard Time. You need to make sure that you submit the day before or hours before. So check the submission due date. Then you would check the set aside. You can choose to bid whether it's a set aside or not. If it's a set aside, you know that your chances for winning increase tremendously. On the same page, if you come down towards the bottom, more like the middle of the page, you will see links. If there are lots of documents, you will not just see one link, you will see a link to each document. You need to click on it, it will open, and you need to do that with every single document that you see in here. Sometimes you will see changes to one of the documents. Look at the dates for when the documents were posted. Once the solicitation document opens up, you will see a 1449. If it's not on the first page, it will be on the second or the third page. This is what a 1449 looks like. All solicitations should have a page that looks like this. If they don't have one, they'll ask you to create one. You need to double check the date. If the date conflicts with the date on the page in FBO or the screen in FBO that we just reviewed, you need to make sure that you have an amendment, because most of the time there's an amendment to confirm the date in this section right here. But this date is very important. The reason being, if the date is already passed, you don't want to bother. If the date has been changed, you need to confirm with an amendment that the date has been changed. If you're not sure, go ahead and send an email to the contracting officer. The next thing you're going to do is locate the table of contents. It's usually the third, fourth, maybe even sometimes the fifth page in the solicitation. You locate the table of contents, and then you locate the product description page or the scope of work page or the statement of work page. So if it's a product, you're looking for the description of the product as it shows right here. If it is a service, you're looking for the scope of work or statement of work. You need to read that, because there's something in that writing that will tell you whether or not you can meet the requirements. It could be an issue with the delivery date. If they're asking you to deliver within 3 to 7 days, but you can't do it, you may as well put this aside. You keep it as an example, but put it aside. If it's something else, the type of product, you can't deliver it, you can't do it, you don't have a product like that, you don't have a relationship with a manufacturer or a supplier, don't do it. But read through it, because it may give you some ideas about what you need for the next time, the type of supplier. Okay? And the same thing for the service. If you don't do the service yourself, but you want someone else to do it, but you don't have a relationship and you don't have enough time to get the service like a subcontractor, then you need to put it aside and keep it as an example. Use this information for the next time. Then we come down here to section E, where you're going to look for instructions. Very important. If it passes the test in section B with the product description or the service description, then you come on down here to offer instructions in section E. You look at the instructions. You make sure that you're capable and you're able to do everything that they tell you to do in the instructions. Sometimes that can mean, do you have enough time? If you don't have enough time, put it aside, move on to the next one, but keep it as an example. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter what it is in the instructions. Maybe they want you to send out past performance paperwork to some of your previous clients, but you don't have enough time. You may as well put it aside and use it as an example for the next time. These are things that will help you to eliminate how much further you should go into the process. But if you can get through the instructions and provide everything that they tell you you need in the instructions, keep it moving. Now, the third and last thing you need to look at is how they will evaluate the winner of the contract. If you see anything in there that says, I can't meet these standards, then you need to go ahead and eliminate this opportunity at this time, but use it as an example. Because if this is really a good example for you to bid on, a good solicitation, you want to learn from this and you want to be prepared for the next time. That's the smart, strategic thing to do, is be prepared. Thank you for joining me today, and please don't forget to subscribe.